West region.
Yep.
You have the West region here. So you got the 1 seed Arizona, and then you got the 2 seed is Purdue.
Purdue is an enigma for me. I don't know what to think of them because before the Big Ten tournament, I thought that
Told you.
I was
Didn't I
low
tell
on
you?
Purdue, and then they won the whole darn thing.
Didn't
So
I
I
tell
don't know
you?
what to think of them.
I remember y'all were talking crazy about Purdue in that chat. I was like, bro, they are a problem. They're very.
They
I'm not
changed
gonna
my
say they're
mind a little
very
bit.
veteran. They're a veteran team that
Well,
finally figured
that's
out their
putting it
identity.
lightly.
They're a veteran team that finally figured out their identity in the Big Ten tournament, and
This is
now
a
they
heavy
figured it
bracket.
out going into the
This
NCAA
is
tournament.
this is the bracket of
This
death.
is a heavy. Yeah, this is a
This is
heavy
the
region
region of
right here.
death.
You know who I got coming out though?
We know Arkansas.
Arkansas, baby. You already
I know
who
you're a
going.
big A cup guy.
He's the
a big
best guard in
A-Cup
the
guy.
country. Best guard in the country is not even close.
Well, yes,
My problem with
he
Arkansas is the same problem that I have with Alabama. They're so offensive oriented.
I'll
That
admit,
bunch of games.
Arkansas is a threat. I will say Darius A-Cup is the best.
Would you
guard
guys agree
in the
this?
country.
Would you guys agree? Would you guys agree that guard play is probably the most important play in March Madness every
Yes.
year?
I'm a Badgers fan, so I would argue the opposite because we haven't had a competent big man for a long time, and that's costed us for so long.
Rebounding
Yeah,
is the I say rebounding.
But you're in
is
it because of the guards, though. You're in it. You have a chance because of the guard duo.
But then I would counter you and say Blackwell, Boyd, and Carrington, BBC for the Badgers is just as good as Darius Acuff is for Nick Boyd at 38 points and won the Big Ten.
So what I'm saying is Wisconsin has a huge chance at making a run because of their guard play. They have maybe like they have a top 2 guard duo and then a great guard off the bench.
Rebounding is the biggest thing in a tournament. If you give teams second chance opportunities, you will lose.
I understand that, but when it comes to getting down the stretch and getting those fast break points, you want the best guards to get down there.
I mean, if there's one thing, if we're gonna go with the big man argument, Purdue's as good as anyone. They got Trey Kaufman-Renn and Oscar Clough that are both incredible bigs.
That'll keep them in the game close. That'll be a close. Any game that plays against Purdue will keep them in the game close because they're big men. But
I think Purdue and Arkansas would be a really fun matchup. I will say that.
I just don't see Arkansas beating Arizona.
I do. I 100% do. Arizona's great. Arizona's great.
The thing about Arizona is they falter in the tournament every year. Tommy Lloyd hasn't won. Like, they've had a team that's just. I mean, this is probably the best team they've had, but they've had elite teams year after year, and they haven't been able to get it done.
I mean, they embarrassed. I remember watching Arizona versus Kansas. They absolutely embarrassed them. It was bad, and Kansas was really good going into that game. So
they have the deepest team in this tournament. I believe Arizona does.
Yeah, as of right now, because Michigan's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
Arizona, I agree. They are a great team. But I promise you, like the guard play that these other teams have, like I know Arizona has great guards, but they don't have like a guard that can really stand out and put them on his back. I think that it's very important that we understand that. And their big men are great. Like you said, the big men, they will keep you in the game. They will rebound for you. And they'll make sure that you get extra possessions.
But Purdue has both guard play and big men. Fletcher Lawyer, Braden Smith. They also have the bigs. That's the thing about Purdue that, like, when we go through both of those arguments, Purdue has both of them.
Yep.
Yeah, but Purdue falters, like you said. Purdue falters in the big games.
I agreed with you until they won the Big Ten tournament. They hadn't done that in a long time.
I was saying this in that group chat, that Purdue is probably the darkest is going to be a real problem. And y'all were like, I forgot who, I think it was Sam, but he was like, I don't trust Purdue at all. He's terrible. I'm like, there's no
Purdue's not terrible.
I mean, if you want to talk about a team with experience, Purdue is that team this year.
That is the darkest horse that could win the championship is Purdue.
I think Arkansas versus Purdue would be a beautiful matchup. I would love that matchup for Acuff. 100%.
What do you guys think about?
I want to see BYU versus Arkansas. I want to see that.
That'll be a stellar game. That'll be a stellar game, man. I don't know if it'll happen.
If Richie Saunders was still healthy,
they would go to the Final Four. I think.
They'd be one of the favorites. Well, they wouldn't be a 6 seed for one thing. They'd be like a 2 or a 3.
I don't think they beat Gonzaga. To be honest with you.
I don't know. The thing about Gonzaga every year is like we don't really know how good they truly are until the tournament.
That's the hardest game for me to pick is Gonzaga versus BYU. I've been sitting on that game and been thinking about that.
I feel like I got to go with Gonzaga just because BYU, without Richie Saunders, they're good. They're not great.
Yeah.
AJ can only do so much, bro.
Is that
they're not super deep behind those two.
That's what I'm saying.
Him and
they've never been deep. They haven't been deep in a year.
So.
They have someone. They got what I think his name is Kostic. He's a shooter just like Richie Saunders. He's nothing like Richie is on the defensive end.
Not consistent though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not like Richie Saunders, but he can shoot it. But he's not like defensively as better or defensively as good as Richie Saunders was. But if Rob Wright, I seen AJ and Rob go for 25 each. 25 plus, I believe, 20 plus or something like that. When they played Colorado, yeah, they went to overtime, but
that's what I'm saying.
That's Colorado. We're talking about Colorado right now. They're not here.
He was just playing out of this world.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They went to OT with Colorado.
But I was saying, like, when I was at the game, I forgot I think his name was Isaiah Jackson, I think it was, Isaiah something like that. Isaiah Johnson from Colorado. He was playing out of this world, like. That's the only reason why they went to overtime. That kid was playing out of this world. He was unbelievable in that game.
But still, they were in overtime with Colorado, boss. That's
what I'm saying. I'm not.
But they beat Iowa State. That's the problem. I can't see that. They beat Iowa State.
Iowa State
also went on that skid mid-season where they were open season. Everyone was beating them.
Yeah. I don't think BYU would beat Iowa State again if they played them again. I highly believe that.
I don't know.
If BYU was healthy, we're having a different conversation.
I won't lie. AJ in that game was amazing because no one can guard him. That was their issue that game. So that may be their upside this tournament because AJ Devontae he might have a bunch of mismatch. So that can win them games, but like you said, like I'm saying, bro, it would take a lot for them to make it that far past.
I think teams are going to know that AJ is going to get his no matter what, and they're going to say,
that's what I'm saying.
Other four guys on the floor beat us.
We know AJ so much.
Can get 30 or whatever, but where are we going to get the 40 from everyone else?
But like you say with guard play, Rob Wright is one of those guards that can turn a game quickly. And Gonzaga has been prone for some reason in the tournament. They've been prone to getting beat over the last few tournaments.
He hasn't done that
in having them go
like
far.
Weeks,
they somehow lose it. So I got to find some way to pick that. I know I got High Point beating Wisconsin though.
You're crazy. You're
dude. I think that's going to be one of the more fun games of the first round. Two very high scoring teams.
Out of your mind.
High Point has their Jack Golke, the guy who only shoots threes, the white guy that only shoots
teams that got 30 wins, bro. I'm sorry.
I think that like little quadrant with Wisconsin, High Point, Arkansas, and Hawaii is going to be a lot of fun.
That's a lot,
especially with whoever makes it out of the first round. That second round game is going to be awesome.
Utah State is beating Villanova,
and Wisconsin plays early on Thursday too. They play like 10:50 in the morning or something.
They're the first game, which is crazy.
Wisconsin, the tough thing is for them. Or like the tougher thing to predict with them is in the Big Ten tournament, they lost on a buzzer beater basically, but they didn't have Nolan Winter or Jack Janicki, who are both probably going to be back for the tournament. They were playing with backups out there for their bigs. Billy Auskis probably isn't going to play much in the tournament. Like he might start. Austin Rapp, I think, is going to get the majority of the minutes. Nolan Winter is going to be back. You can make an argument for that team to go really far. But then we've also seen games like when they went out to Oregon and lost by 15 points for no reason. They lost by 20 on the road against Ohio State. Like this team is either going to go to the Elite Eight and beat Arizona or they're going to lose in the first round. I don't think there's an in-between.
Can you imagine if they beat Arizona? The world would stop. That's ridiculous.
I mean, but they hung with Michigan in that game. It took a buzzer beater without their starting center. Like, it's not crazy to say that they could go.
Well, that buzzer beater, they played horrible defense. That was the only reason they got that. But, I mean,
I'm just saying, like, if Nolan Winter's out there, you can make an argument. They're 2-0 against Michigan. They beat Purdue. They beat Michigan State. They beat Illinois twice. Like, they've beaten really good teams. Like, if there is a giant killer in this region, it's Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'll agree. I don't think High Point's beating this, bro. I'm sorry. I understand. I understand
I think it's possible.
It's possible, but I don't think it's happening. I understand the 30 wins and stuff like that. That's a huge, indicator that they are a very good team. But
High Point is like the trend. You know how every year there's a trendy Cinderella pick that everyone has?
That is it.
I think High Point is the trendy one. We had it a couple years ago with College of Charleston where they went 31-3.
I feel like we always
lost in the first round. The thing about those trendy picks, McNeese was one last year. They usually lose in the first round. It's because everyone gets so high on them because of one reason or another, and then they falter. I think High Point might be that team this year.
I don't know, but I like Wisconsin. I like my Badgers in this game, but I can see them losing as well because, like you said, they're wishy-washy. I can also see Arkansas losing. Hawaii has a pretty fun offense.
I don't see that happening.
They're not going to lose.
I think Arkansas wins round one, but Coach Cal is also very upset prone as a head coach. Acuff is a freshman. That was always his downfall at Kentucky. Is he was always recruiting one and dones who had never been there before, and they'd fall apart to a team who had been there before.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know, I can see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. Don't get me wrong, but
Coach Cal is probably the best developer in college basketball and getting guys NBA ready, but his teams for a long time haven't had sustained tournament success.
Yeah, I like Mizzou beating Miami. Just so you guys know, I like that game a lot.
I mean, it's going to be basically a home game for him. It's in St. Louis.
That's what I mean. So I like that game for them. Miami, they're good, but Mizzou's at home, so I just kind of like that game. Utah State versus Villanova. We haven't talked about that.
I got Utah State winning that.
I got Utah State as well.
I mean, it's a coin flip. I mean, Villanova beat Wisconsin earlier in the year, but they're an 8 seed is what they are.
There's just no way.
They're like the living embodiment of an 8 seed.
There's just no way. I see Utah State all year on TV because of the late cap games. Obviously, the late night games they always playing late. I just don't see that at all.
I saw that Villanova versus Wisconsin game earlier.
Utah State could arguably put up a real fight against Arizona because they're completely good on both ends of the ball.
I don't know about that. Let's calm down a little bit. I don't know if Arizona could. I don't know if Utah State can keep up.
I think Arizona makes it out of this region, but I think this one's going to be tough for the Elite Eight. I think there's going to be some fun games here, but it's going to be Arizona versus Purdue.
Give me Arkansas versus Purdue.
I think
Arkansas versus Purdue. Acuff loses, but I think it's a lot closer than people think. I think Acuff makes a name for himself in this tournament.
I think I picked Arizona to win a chip. If I'm not mistaken, I have to go back and look.
We need to get Leaf on this show.
Oh yeah, we do. Forgot about him.
Hopefully we can get him next week. Hopefully if they make it to the next weekend.
That's true.
I mean, that's another thing about Wisconsin. They haven't made the Sweet 16 in 10 years. They've made the tournament almost every year, but they always bow out every time.
Might get let's get one of the Badger guys on here, see if they can convince us that they can make a run. I don't think they can make a run, but I think they won first round.
I mean, I could be very easily convinced by a Wisconsin truther that they can make it far. It doesn't. I mean, like when you see Nick Boyd put up 38 points against Illinois, he's been doing that more or less this second half of the year. If John Blackwell, I think he's the X factor. If he plays well, they go far. If John Blackwell has a 7-point game where he's 3 for 12 from the field, I don't think they make it out the first round even.